Look at this for a morning. Beautiful. Conditions are insane. It's just zero swell, zero wind for this morning. Low tide about right now and coming for the next 6 hours, and it's just looking incredible. There's no one else here. Can't believe it really. So yeah, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get out here. Aim of the game today is just get out on the water. I haven't been out on the kayak for ages. No really plan of which species I want to get, target. Just whatever comes on board. Just need to feed a fresh fish or anything really for the week. So yeah, you can see out there there's small little workups. It's just beautiful. Calm as anything. Alright, just going to finish getting the kayak prepped and we are going to go for a mission. See you out on the water. Alright, we're on the water. How good do we have it here in New Zealand? So good. Sun's just peeking up behind that cloud there. Should be perfect. Bit of light once we get to the first spot, enough to spot some fish. Can't wait to get in. Water's just starting to warm up here near Auckland, New Zealand. About 17.5 degrees. So yeah, fish life is kicking into gear. Let's go. This is the most incredible morning on the water. Amazing conditions. It's just an absolute blast over. Not a breath of wind. Just incredible. Just so beautiful. We've got a few kilometres to paddle. About another 3 kilometres and 3.5, and we'll jump in the water, eh? See you there. Well guys, nearly at the spot. Conditions are still amazing. Absolutely incredible morning. I haven't had a day like this for months, if not almost a year. This is absolute zero wind and swell, so it's pretty cool just being out here. Don't know what it's like underwater. It looks reasonably clean, but yeah, we'll soon find out. I'm not too worried. It's just an awesome morning out anyways. So get into it. Straight off the bat, encountered some nice fish, very fishy area, and some nice big butterfish swimming past, so couldn't resist and whacked this nice big butterfish over to start the day off. Righto, so got that nice butterfish. First up, there's quite a few of those ones around, nice big ones, so it's cool. Just set a little kinner burley, smashed up some kinner, and we're going to let that sit for 10-15 minutes and have a quick look over here, see if we can see any snapper parked up in the shallows, and then we'll go back and see what's having a feast on our kinner. Hopefully a nice big snapper. See you soon. had a swim through a piece of coast with some amazing terrain, big boulders and ledges and kelpie bottom, plenty of cover for snapper to hide in, perfect terrain. Crept over a few ledges, had a good look, but nothing to be seen, so decided to set another kinnerburley and go back and check my other one. With no fish being seen, it was time to bring up the old hammer and set a nice kinnerburley. This thing's so efficient, love it. Right, 15 to 20 minutes had passed and it was time to check my first burley. Had a really good feeling there'd be some fish on it, so made the duck dive with a good breathe up and crept along this edge, staying really close to the rock edge, as low as I could, as slow as I could, and kept edging closer. I had this nice kelpie rock here and it was a perfect ambush. I crept over looking for some sign of some snapper and I saw a few glistening tails and saw them feeding. Waited, picked up the biggest snapper and whack! Put a shaft into him. Pretty happy. After a quick fight, the fish came up and I could see the size of it. It was much bigger than I thought. Beautiful big head on it, big fat guts, in really good condition. Not much guts left, half of it hanging out. A bit of a poor shot, but it held strong and landed the fish. Very happy. Second fish of the day and a nice snapper it was.
Alright. Nice snapper. Woohoo! Yeah, beautiful snapper, fat. Woo. All right, pretty stoked with that. Nice fat snapper. Woo, nice spring snapper to start the morning off. I'm a bit caught up on these rocks here, so I better get unstuck. Get this fish on ice and I'll catch up soon.
After a few minutes fighting the mess which had been made, the kayak was all tied in knots around this reef. Fighting the current, I managed to unfree it and thought I'd check the ledge one more time, but no luck. Fish had moved on and yeah, time for me to move on.
Whew. Managed to free my kayak from around these rocks. The current's pushing really hard now and it's hard work. I checked the burley one more time and nothing on it. Usually that's the case when you shoot a snapper, they all bugger off, but that's all good. Pretty happy with that snapper, and yeah, I'm just going to cruise back to that point over there in the other direction and have a look around for what else we can find. Some good sign of snapper around here, great country, so we'll go have a look. Good start.
I make my way back to the previous burley I'd set and creeping along the kelp, being as quiet as possible. These snapper are just so spooky. I finally creep over the last little lump and to my surprise there was quite a few snapper on here and managed to spook them all, just didn't quite get the angle right. I was pretty gutted.
Well, that was a bit of a shame. Some good snapper there. Unfortunately, I spooked them, so give it 5 minutes. See if they come back on this kinner. They're hungry, and try and get one of them again. They're quite flighty and scary as snapper are, but yeah, nearly got the shot off. Just didn't quite have the right angle, so we'll try again.
After a few botched attempts and missed snapper, I finally crept over one last time and made the call to shoot whatever was there. And there was a very stupid snapper just having a munch on the kinner, so took this fish. The snapper wasn't very happy, but it was a good holding shot on the top side of the fish, so reeled him in, and yeah, pretty happy with another snapper on the board.
Well, those bigger snapper there were just playing too hard to get, too tricky for me today, so saw this little fella, nice little eater, penny, just having a munch on the kin on the rock, so took him. I felt like I was just not going to get those big ones, so really cunning. So anyways, chuck this one on ice and move on again. Beautiful day out. It's just so flat and calm. Visibility's a bit crappy underwater, but water's nice and warm, and yeah, got some fish.
Moving on, I find the unmistakable silhouette of a nice big butterfish cruising through the kelp, and take another one for the table. Beautiful fish these are, beautiful eating. Having another little crack at a snapper with some nice terrain I found. A few kinner, cracked them open, same as usual, and crept over the ledge, but this area was pretty quiet, pretty dead.
Well, nothing much going on there. It's about mid-tide now, so it's gone a bit quiet, which is quite normal for this time of the tide. Usually either side of low and high, the 2 hours each side are a place to be. And 2 hours in the middle can be quite slow, so yeah, we'll have a little break, have a breather, have a snack, and try some other spots. We yeah, won't push it, we've got a feed, so we'll just cruise around. Might try a few little new spots around here that I haven't tried before, and yeah, just enjoying it. How good.
jumped in on one last point in this area and got schooled by a nice school of kahawai. I just couldn't line them up, being very tricky, and they managed to elude me this day.
What a day, what a day. Pretty dead around the corner there, not much going on at all, so going to try a piece of a rock here right out in the middle of the channel. Catches heaps of current, so it's usually a good thing, and yeah, we'll see if we can find a kingfish. I'm still on the hunt for that first one of the season, but yeah, so we'll see how we go. Cruise over there now. Well, we've made it to this marker buoy here, middle of this channel. You can see the current. I'm just drifting down. Pretty solid current and very green. Pretty nasty under there, but we'll jump in, have a look. Paddled all the way over here, so yeah, let's have a look. One snapper there, nice little penny, so I'll wait another couple of minutes, and if no other snapper come and join the party, then I'll take that fish and probably call it a day. Alright, fingers crossed if something a bit bigger comes on, eh?
Quite amazing how close you can get to snapper sometimes with the right conditions working for you. For example, the sun was directly over my back, the fish was pretty well blinded, and yeah, got a nice shot off, and happy days, third snapper.
Nothing really big there, all about that size, one slightly bigger, so anyways, got one more fish. That's plenty of fish. I got 3 snapper and a couple of butterfish, so
find a suspecting little bit of coastline, and I decided to jump in and have a look for some scallops, and sure enough they were down there. Not very thick, but managed to get a small feed of scallops, so I was stoked. When you're looking for scallops, you just want to be looking for the outline of the scallop shape, and you'll see the frilly eyeballs and stuff that are a clear giveaway. If you see a scallop with the round side facing up, generally it's dead and it's already been eaten by an octopus or another diver. So yeah, you get your eye in and you'll start to find them in these spots quite easily. Really fun. Especially when diving alone, diving past 15 meters or diving over a minute at a time. I really like to stick to the 2-to-1 rule. So if you go down for 1 minute, at least 2 minutes on the surface to let your body recover, and it's a really good safe practice just for everyday diving. So I pretty much stick with that all the time. Diving down to about 14 meters, 15 meters for about 10 or 15 minutes. It was just nail in the coffin for the end of the dive. My body had had it and I didn't want to push it too much as I was diving alone. So got a feed of about 10 scallops and called it for the day. That was good enough for me.
Well, stopped in a little spot on the way back and thought I'd have a search for scallops, and yeah, got a feed of nice scallops, so I'm pretty happy, pretty buggered, pretty tired. So that's it. Quick paddle inshore and we are done. So hope you liked that vid, guys. Bit of action, a few snapper, a few scollies, and yeah, we're still aiming for that kingfish, the first one of this season. So stay tuned. Be out diving in the next few days again, trying to get that kingy. So see you then, eh? Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate that, and leave a comment if you've got any suggestions or queries. I'm always there to answer. So cheers, guys.
Well guys, back on the beach. Let's have a look what we got. A nice snapper in here. This was the biggest one I got. So I don't know, 12-15 pound, nice fish, pretty happy with that. And another small snapper here, nice butterfish, another good little snapper in here. So yeah, 3 snapper, a couple of butters, a couple of scollies. Can't complain. Nice little morning out, getting some snapper. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. I did. It was an awesome morning out, awesome weather, and see you in about a week's time.